Hello and welcome to our new week in composition. I'm looking at the syllabus, of course, the place I always start for these videos, and I can't believe it's September 10th already. I don't know, it's crazy how the fall goes, isn't it? It looks like we're already heading into the middle of the month. We are still in the summary response units, and this week you have 2 assignments, and this is getting big, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. The first assignment is to post your rough draft of the first paper on both the discussion board and in the assignments for the classroom. In this post, make sure that you include the feedback that you give to other students about their writing, and then along with what you posted originally. So you're going to go to the discussion board, you're going to throw at least part of your rough draft out there. You might ask a specific question. What do I need to improve? Can somebody look at my introduction? Does my thesis read okay? That kind of stuff, right? And then you're going to look back through the post maybe later in the week and see other people's posts that you can respond to. Try to respond to 2 peers and give them meaningful feedback. Not, hey, attaboy, attagirl, but really meaningful feedback. Like, I think I see what you're saying, but your introduction seems to contradict itself. Here's where I think it contradicts. Maybe you need to clarify. Something like that. Something that's worth somebody going back and looking for. It's honestly like the best thing you've ever read. You can tell them that, but more times than not, we're going to find something that we might suggest or have for clarification. Okay. And so you're going to include both your responses to your peers as well as what you post originally. You can copy and paste them into the same document. You can put them and attach them in the assignments, or you can copy and paste right into the box that shows up in the assignment. Either way is fine. Some of you do both. I'm good with whatever. Okay, and then the second thing, of course, is turning in your final draft. The final draft does not go to the discussion board, it goes just to me. With your final draft, please include your feedback form. In your syllabus, it says this is due Friday. It is not. My bad. I need to change that. It is due on Sunday at midnight, as usual. Now, in order for peer editing in assignment 2-4 to be effective, you're going to have to turn that in before Sunday at midnight. Otherwise, you're not going to get any feedback. You can't give other people feedback. So please do aim to have your rough draft complete, or at least part of it complete, so you can start the conversation earlier in the week. And by earlier, I mean like Wednesday, Thursday would be nice, so that people have time. And do keep checking. Even if you're not quite ready to put your ideas out there, you can still comment on others. And if somebody's like really ahead of things and has something posted on Monday, it might be good to have to start there and post on someone else's post before you even get yours out there. It doesn't have to be mine first and then post to other people. It can be the opposite. The big thing is we want to make sure everybody has a chance to have somebody talk about their writing. And the way that you get your writing talked about is that you get it out there early enough that people have time to look at it. So try to mix it up that way. If you're not following me on that, definitely send me a message and I will try to clarify. Okay, so probably the bigger question at hand right now is, what are we writing about? As the assignment unit indicates, this is a summary response. For this essay that you're writing, you're going to choose one article from the readings from last week. Not the online learning articles, but the Bryson, Lurie, Coffer, Grandin, Huxley, Reichel, one of those. You may choose to add something from one of the others, but I discourage it for this particular paper because, in fact, I really can't think of how it would help you at this point. What you're going to be doing is taking one of those essays, summarizing it, and responding to it with the I agree, I disagree, or I agree but options. Okay? Now, the first thing you might be wondering is, what exactly am I responding to? Well, as you're summarizing, you're probably picking out what the author's main argument is, and I'd recommend highlighting that. You also might be picking up on a sub-argument. So the main argument might be this big picture item, but you might find a sub-argument that you especially want to pay attention to. Excuse my phone for a moment. So either way, I don't really care what your response is to, but make sure that as you're summarizing, you're bringing to the front in what the author says. You're bringing forth what they are saying, but especially emphasize what you want to say about that. So in other words, in my summary, I'm going to purposefully summarize in a way that helps set up my point. I may organize this as all summary and then response, or I may integrate my summary, the summary of what they said against what, or with what I'm saying. So I might find that each paragraph has a bit of summary and a bit of my response, a bit of summary, a bit of response, or I might do big chunks. Here's what I want to caution you about on this paper. Make sure that it's very clear which parts are the author speaking and the author's voice on something, and which parts are yours. Strive for a balance between them. Don't have all summary and then like a tag at the end that's your response. Try to go for the balanced approach. He says or she says this, and I agree, but only to a point, okay? That type of feel. Again, you can do all summary and then response, but if I have 3 paragraphs of summary, I need 3 paragraphs of response. So you can keep your summaries brief. Do assume that the reader of your paper has not read your article. I have, but I want the readership, the audience, to be bigger than just me. And do cite the one source you're using. Because it's one source, your internal citations only need a page number. But do note that when you are citing for a work cited for an anthology, which that's what this textbook is, that there is a specific way to cite a source found in an anthology, which includes giving credit to the editor of the anthology and the anthology's title, not just the name of the essay. These are essays we're responding to, not stories. We use the author's last name when we're talking about something that he or she said, and we talk in first person when we talk about written work. Those are just a few little disclaimers. And all of these are articles or essays, and so they are in quotation marks, not italics. So those are a few things that I noticed that are common errors. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. If you have any questions about this writing assignment or anything that's due this week, as always, email me, let me know, or post something on the discussion boards for the class to see. Looking forward to reading your writing, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.